Is an open jar of jam shelf stable? We are all told to and used to putting jam in the refrigerator once it's been opened. But is that really necessary? We are also told to refrigerate butter, and I keep mine on the counter in Southern Texas heat, and it does just fine. So I'm one to push the rules a little bit. So I'm going to do an 8-week challenge and compare 3 different storage methods for an open jar of jam and see which one works best and which one doesn't mold. Watch this. By the way, I'm MJ, founder of loadedpotato.org, your refrigerator eliminator. I help you hack your kitchen with quick, easy, budget-friendly meals using shelf-stable ingredients straight from your pantry. So can we keep an open jar of jam in the pantry safely? Well, let's find out. I just got done sanitizing these 3 jars and they are ready to go. One jar will just have a lid screwed on, and that will be our control. The second jar will also get a lid, and then we'll get a water bath, which will be fully submerged in water and boiled for 10 minutes. The third jar is gonna get a lid, same as the others, and it's gonna get vacuum sealed with this electronic vacuum sealer. Link below. We'll see if it actually works or not. So let's go. I've got this brand new jar of strawberry jam. Doesn't expire till July 2025, which is in about 9 months. So we're gonna pop it open. Hear that? Fresh jam, brand new. And I'm gonna fill each jar with 10 ounces of jam. So it's got an equal experiment going on here. And there we have it. 3 jars with 10 ounces of jelly in it. Jar A is going to get a lid, and that's about it. We'll put a label on him. Test subject A, lid only. Test subject B is going to get a lid and a water bath. Okay, and we got test subject B that's getting the water bath. I've got my biggest pot here, and you need to make sure that the water is covering it for 1 inch over top so it's fully submerged, and you're gonna boil it for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna stick it in here like this and let it boil for 10 minutes. And there we have test subject B, water bath. And test subject C will also be getting a lid and their name tag vacuum sealer. So let's give it a go with this vacuum sealer. Okay, that finished in 28 seconds. And now the button is down. So now we know we're sealed. So I'm gonna put the ring on it just cause. So here we go. We got our 3 test subject, A lid only, B water bath, and C vacuum seal. I'm gonna stick them in the pantry. They're kind of sticky on the outside. And we'll check back in a week and see if we've got any mold growth. Welcome back to my pantry. It's been 7 days since we put our strawberry jam up on the shelf in the pantry. And now we're gonna see if any has grown any mold. For starters, we're gonna start our lid only one. And I cannot see any visible growth, any kind of mold or anything like that. It actually looks like it's still in really great condition. So that's good. And this is just the lid. We didn't do anything to this one. Next up is the water bath. This is the one we sat in the water, the boiling water for 10 minutes. Again, I don't see any type of growth or mold or anything on it. So this one looks good to go so far for 7 days. And next up is our vacuum sealed. This one looks good to go too. I do not see any forms of growth or mold or anything on it. So I think this one's good to go too. So we'll see. We're gonna set them here for another 7 days and check back for week 2. Okay, so we're on week 2, 14 days. We've got our lid only. You can see here, no mold growth. I don't see any kind of growth of anything. So that's reassuring. Jar 2, B, water bath. You can see, I don't see any signs of any mold growth or anything like that. It's looking good. And lid C, this is our vacuum sealed one. And again, I don't see any signs of any kind of mold or anything like that. So there we go. 2 weeks in, and they're both looking great. No mold in any of them. So week 3 of testing if jam is shelf stable. We've got jar A, no signs of mold, pretty good. Jar B, again, I don't see any signs of any type of mold or growth or anything. Jar C, Again, no signs of any type of growth or anything. So I think we're doing good. 3 weeks in and not a sign of mold. We'll check back in a week. Week 4. Jar A, lid only, just screw the lid on. No signs of any type of mold or anything. Jar B, this one's the water bath. Again, no signs of any mold or any kind of growth. In jar C, this is the vacuum seal. Again, no signs of any mold or growth. Chugging right along. We've got 4 more weeks left. I'll keep you posted. Okay, week 5, got some bad news. Lid A, just the lid only, has a dot of white mold. I don't know if you can see that. So if you're gonna be using just a lid only, I would use up your jelly before 4 weeks, because by 5 weeks, we've got a dot of white mold. So sad. And jar B, water bath, no signs of any type of growth or anything, so that's good. And jar C, the vacuum seal, again, no signs of any type of mold or anything. So we'll see. Check back in another week and see how things are adding up. Week 6, lid only jar, still has that same white dot of mold. It's getting a little bigger, not too much bigger, if you can see that. So it's still just growing tiny bit of mold. The B, water bath, still no signs of any type of mold or anything, so that's doing good. And jar C, the vacuum sealer, still no signs of any mold or anything, so that's good. Week 7, our lid only, still's got mold, obviously. The mold is growing, probably about double size now, if you can see that. So what you gonna do? No new spots have started though, so it's just the one getting bigger. Jar B, water bath, no signs of any type of mold or any white spots or anything, so that's good. And jar C, vacuum sealer, no signs of any type of mold that I can see. So doing good. 1 week left. All right, we made it. Week 8, we finally made it. Jar A still has that one single dot of mold. It is growing. You can see it's getting, it's probably maybe double the size of that first week that it had it, but no other new dots. Jar B, water bath, no specks of any type of mold or anything of the sort. And jar C, our vacuum seal, no signs of any type of mold at all. So there we have it. After 8 weeks, screwing the jar on, little speck of mold. I guess you could scrape that off. I don't know a whole lot about mold or anything like that. I'm not a scientist. Do what you please, but it's just one dot of mold, but it is white mold, which I hear is dangerous. The water bath jar did great. No specks of any mold, but it did take a hot minute in all this water and this giant pot to boil it in. But it worked so far for 8 weeks. And our vacuum sealer, shoved that thing on, pushed a button, and it sealed it up tight. Took what, I don't know, 60 seconds, and we're good to go. No messes of other pots. So if I were to rate them, I would say vacuum sealer, 10 out of 10. Water bath, I mean, I'll give it 8 out of 10. But honestly, for me, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe 6, because I don't like boiling stuff. It's a mess. And lid only, it was good for, I think, what, 4 weeks, and then no good. So now that we know the vacuum seal and the water bath lasted 8 weeks with no signs of mold, I'm actually going to keep this experiment going. So check back in a month or 2. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this experiment to see if mold ever comes out. So maybe we'll check in at 6 months and maybe a year. We're just going to keep these going. Little guy with a lid, he's just going to keep growing mold. But I guess that's good, because then we know that is what happens. So we know what to look for in the other ones. So keep an eye out for the future videos on the shelf stability of jam with the vacuum seal and the water bath. Let me know in the comments if you thought the vacuum seal or the water bath or just the lid was going to win. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that just the lid on and it was going to be fine because I read that the acid content is so high in jelly that it is able to maintain shelf stability. Guess not. That's why I do these experiments. But who knew? But be sure to follow me for more amazing recipes and fun. And check out Loaded Potato to see all of our recipes, meal plans, grocery list, and recommended products to save you time, money, and reduce your dependence on the refrigerator. Till next time.